I'm Anqoinette Crosby, and welcome to County Report This Week. Coming up in the next half hour, county leaders take a detour from the governor's plan to widen 495 and 270. We'll explain. Plus, Council VP Sidney Katz brings the public and police together for a candid conversation. Hear what they had to say. And later, beat the heat and take a ride on this new water slide. We'll tell you where. But first, County Exec Marc Elrich, along with state and county officials, had a different view than Governor Larry Hogan about widening I-495 and I-270. This week, they held a press conference to discuss viable alternatives to the governor's plans. And this public request impacted the Board of Public Works' decision.
We need the governor to work with us. This would be really easy. If you want to solve the problem and you're willing to spend $11 billion or $15 billion, I don't know what the last number was, on a public-private partnership, then work with the people you're trying to help and let us design a network of roads and transit, a multimodal solution that'll solve this problem. We're not saying go away, we're not interested in talking to you. We're saying if you want to help us, talk to us. I'm more than willing to work with the governor.
Not only Montgomery, but Prince George's officials and community members gathered to express opposition to the state's Regional Transportation Improvement Plan proposed by Maryland Governor Larry Hogan. County leaders propose alternatives to the plan and have expressed fear that the highway expansion would result in homes and parkland being razed, especially near the Beltway.
Our amendments to MDOT's managed lanes plans have multiple advantages. They have the support of our local officials who are behind me and dozens that are not here today. It's a balanced plan, not a 100% highway plan. It increases transit use and employs transportation demand management to encourage ride sharing and telecommuting. It's consistent with our local master plans. It doesn't displace residents or take large swaths of parkland like this park behind us. And it provides immediate relief for the residents of Frederick County and Montgomery County residents north of Clarksburg. Finally, it drives the economic growth by connecting to economic development priorities like National Harbor. We ask Comptroller Francho and Treasurer Kopp to remand the pre-solicitation report back to MDOT and direct them to adopt those changes and to win the support of the local elected officials behind me.
The proposal to add 2 lanes in each direction to the Beltway and I-270 has been controversial. The governor's plan would expand the highways, adding toll lanes.
The Montgomery County Council has been very clear from the very beginning that we understand that we need relief for this congestion, that we understand the negative impact that this congestion has on the quality of life of our residents. We've always been on record acknowledging this, but we've also said that number one, you need to work with our community. Number two, you need to look at ways to incorporate meaningful transit-oriented solutions. Number three, you need to look at environmental impact, and most specifically, why would you choose a particular proposal that is going to sacrifice so many important parts of our county? When you look at the impact that it will have on this neighborhood, when you look at the impact that it's going to have on Blair High School, Holy Cross Hospital, why would you do such a thing when in reality, the fact is that we do have alternatives?
The board voted to approve Governor Hogan's proposal, but there would be a rearrangement of the order of the 3 phases of the proposed highway expansion, meaning the widening of I-270 would likely take place before the Capital Beltway in the county, and the American Legion Bridge expansion will be part of the 2nd phase.
I'd like to work with him on easing commutes and dealing with these problems, but that means actually, and it's not so much me sitting down with him, but our technical people and his technical people starting to analyze, how do you improve these roadway segments? What assets do we already have that we could use? And really have a productive discussion and basically create a working group out of it.
For County Report This Week, I'm Michael Bruin.
Ride on Flex is coming to the county. The new transit service will cover 2 small zones. The pilot program hopes to improve access and provide more connections to the existing transit network. Will Kinlaw from the Department of Transportation is here to tell us more. Will, thanks for joining us. What can we expect from this program?
Ride on Flex is a new, exciting bus service that we are launching on June 26th. And we will be doing this as a pilot in the Rockville area and also the Glenmont/Wheaton area. The Rockville zone will service the Rockville Metro Station. It will be a 1 square mile zone. It will pick up and drop off individuals at the nearest intersection to their original point of origin as well as their destinations. If they're going to the station, it will take them directly to the kiss and ride lot at the stations. The Rockville zone will also operate during the midday, which is 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. The second zone is the Glenmont-Wheaton zone, and that zone will service the Glenmont Metro Station and the Wheaton Metro Stations. It is about a 3 square mile zone, and it will operate during peak periods, or what we call rush hours, which means it will operate from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. and from 3:30 p.m. until 7 p.m. This service is also going to be wheelchair accessible, and for those who are disabled, the service will pick you up in front of your home or in front of the place where you will originate, and it will drop you off directly at your destination location. We are expecting quite a bit of interest in this. We are hoping that persons will download the application starting the week of June 17th and be ready to roll with us on June 26th.
Will, thank you so much for joining us. What a great service for our residents. For more information, go to rideonflex.com. Recently, Council VP Sidney Katz held a community conversation in Potomac. As Susan Kennedy reports, police representatives were on hand to listen as residents voiced their concerns.
More than 100 residents turned out for the community conversation organized by Council Vice President Sidney Katz. This North Potomac community has seen an increase in crime in recent months.
Someone was trying to break the door, and then at that time I screamed. It just came out of my, inside.
And local leaders and police representatives took time to listen and consider those concerns.
We decided the best way to have a discussion is to have a discussion. So we invited the police to be here so that they can hear directly, that the neighbors can hear directly from the police can hear directly from the neighbors, and then we'll have, we'll know exactly what's going on, and they'll know the statistics and everything else associated with it.
We're very happy to be here talking to you and hearing what you have to say. And as I always say, we can't do our job unless we know how you expect us to police. We as a department do our job based on community input. And so whether it's reporting crime trends or dealing with information, most of the information we get comes from interaction with the public. So we can't do our job without knowing what the public expects, and we also can't do our job without the very, very valuable information we get from these meetings. And also it's a chance for us to give out information as well as to how you make it less likely to be victimized. If you see any suspicious vehicles, don't wait for someone to come knocking on your door. Call and say there's a vehicle that's suspicious in the neighborhood. It's been parked here. I haven't seen it before.
The meeting reflected the county's vision for community policing, where police and the community work closely together in creative ways to solve the problems of crime and fear of crime.
We also do it in schools. There's community policing. We have school resource officers, so a young person can meet a police officer, not when there's a time of turmoil, but when there's not a time of turmoil. And that's tonight. We're going to have a police officer or more police officers actually talk directly to people and say, we hear you, we want to know exactly what you've heard, and then we can figure out what's the next best step.
Lieutenant Davidov talked to the group about recent crime trends in the community.
We believe they're actually watching certain neighborhoods and waiting for people to leave.
Response time
is about 8.5 minutes.
And how they staff and respond to calls.
We have 1.2 officers per 1,000 people.
Delegate Aruna Miller represents the community. She says mutual trust between the police and the residents is essential for effective policing.
I think the fact that, Councilman Katz's office is here and, Lieutenant Davidoff is here, that alone speaks in volumes that they care, that the issues that matter to our community are important to them.
We need to make certain that this does not happen again.
And I think it's about building this trust with law enforcement as well as legislators, so the community knows that the government is here, for the people, by the people, and that's what it's all about.
Councilmember Katz says he plans on talking with police to discuss the issues raised at the meeting, and he will return for a similar forum in the fall. Reporting from North Potomac, I'm Susan Kennedy.
Coming up on County Report this week, how Montgomery College is helping to meet the local demand for workers in this field. We'll tell you which field it is. And celebrating Ramadan Iftar during a special meal at the County Executive Office building. Those stories and more when we come back. History comes alive during Heritage Days weekend. Discover Montgomery County's historical treasures during this free county-wide event. The two-day festival offers visitors an opportunity to sample numerous sites representing the history, culture, and natural beauty of Montgomery County. So join us for Heritage Days all over Montgomery County. For more information, call 301-515-0753 or go to heritagemontgomery.org. Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Have you ever wanted to look into a career in data analysis? Montgomery College put together an event to inform people of the local career opportunities that collect and use data to shape business decisions. Here's the story.
Montgomery College's Workforce Development and Continuing Education program recently held an event called Upskilling Data at the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus. The event focused on careers in data analysis, with leaders in the field discussing the trends and future outlooks for the growing workforce.
We're a data society. Everything that we do on social media, grocery shopping, coupons, everything is data.
From retail, from finance, education. You can take a huge amount of data to determine who uses my product. Nowadays, with the Internet of Things, there's so many ways to get data, and you can use those data for different areas.
Attendees listened and asked questions about how data is collected and used to increase results for businesses and organizations. The number of jobs and applied uses in data gathering and processing is growing rapidly. This event gave guests opportunities to learn more about it and how Montgomery College can teach them data research skills for their existing jobs or possibly new careers.
What we were trying to do today was to reimagine the open house, is to give an event where people could come in and find out about the different possibilities, the different career possibilities, and even the different educational paths they could take to get something new in their lives.
Oh, I think an event like this is great just so students have an awareness of what we do offer at Montgomery College. There's a lot of great programs here. We're kind of lucky to be in the DMV where these jobs are plentiful. You know, and they look for all different types of skills, whether you've got data visualization, you're a great programmer, you like to work in Python or R. There's tons of jobs out there, so it gives us a lot of places to look.
To learn more about this event, go to upskillingdata.com. For County Report This Week, I'm Dan Rankin.
Educational and entertaining. That describes the summer Read and Learn program launched by Montgomery County Public Libraries. It starts on June 15th and offers students a chance to fill their summer with good books, fun activities, and some great special events. Joining us to tell us more is Christine Freeman, the acting branch manager at Olney Library. Christine, thanks so much for being here. Tell us about this year's theme for the program and what's in store.
Well, thanks for having me. This year's theme is Universe of Stories, so it's going to be all things space. They chose this theme to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. So we're really excited. We're decorating our libraries with aliens and spaceships and all kinds of fun things. And the goal of the program is to really keep kids motivated to read over the summer. But our program is not just summer reading, it's summer read and learn. So we have learning activities that help parents engage with their children. It might be go out and look at the sky and find the constellations. It could be as simple as take a book and go read it under a tree. I think this really gets the kids involved and the parents as well and helps them to move through the summer and keep learning and reading.
Christine, that sounds so cool and so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us. For more information, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/library. Combining culture and cuisine, the county and local Muslim Foundation hosted an annual Ramadan Iftar dinner at the Executive Office building. MyMC Media's Jordan Lindsay tells us more.
Montgomery County hosted a Ramadan Iftar celebration.
This event is an annual feature. We do it every year for the last 10 years.
Ramadan is when Muslims fast and observe other restraints during daylight hours. It's a time of worship to concentrate on their faith.
The philosophy of fasting in Islam is based on Islam's understanding of the human being.
Iftar is the meal eaten after sunset during Ramadan.
That is, we break our fast at 8:29. We break our fast with khajur, which we call dates, and samosa and grapes or anything. And then the Muslims go for prayers upstairs. The non-Muslims go for food here, and they take the food and come and eat and mix with people, talk to them.
Ramadan is observed by more than 1 billion Muslims worldwide. That includes more than 70,000 right here in Montgomery County.
So I'm in this country for 35 years. And when I came in this country, not a lot of people know about Ramadan. Now people know because we need to teach. We need to tell them what is Ramadan about.
This was organized as an educational program to introduce an important cultural heritage shared by many local residents.
Islam is a piece of religion peace. So we want to show that we want to live in a harmony. So that is the reason we bring all together and show that's what is this, and eat together and make a fellowship, friendship.
Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, now that they've been mayor for a day, could politics be in their future? We have a report from Rockville. And bringing awareness to brain cancer one step at a time. Stay with us. County Report This Week. We'll be right back.
Make plans now to attend Montgomery County Senior Safety Forum on Thursday, June 13th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. It takes place at the Holiday Park Senior Center at 3950 Ferrara Drive in Silver Spring. And it's the perfect opportunity to learn from speakers and exhibitors about topics such as personal and financial safety and resources for seniors. You'll also enjoy raffle prizes, a free box lunch, and musical entertainment. It's a factual and fun opportunity that you won't want to miss.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. What would it be like to be mayor for a day? Well, the winner of the essay contest in Rockville got the chance to see what it's like to take charge of the city. Rock 11's Craig Buchanan tagged along and has this report.
Welcome to the City of Rockville Mayor and Council meeting, number 2019.
That's this year's winner of the If I Were Mayor essay contest. Ritchie Elementary School 4th grader Jaden Walkoff calling a mayor and council meeting to order. The theme of this year's contest, which is organized by the Maryland Municipal League and the Maryland Mayors Association, was Together We Can. Walkoff is one of 11 regional winners from throughout the state. And not only will he and his teacher be recognized at an awards ceremony in Annapolis, he also got a chance to be Rockville's mayor for a day, and Rockville 11 tagged along.
Hi, I'm Jaden Walkoff, and I am Rockville's mayor for the day.
Report This Week, I'm Craig Buchanan.
Taking big steps to bring awareness to brain cancer. MyMC Media's Jordan Lindsay tells us how a nonprofit held a brain cancer awareness walk in Rockville.
No one fights alone! They're marching for a serious cause during this brain cancer awareness walk in Rockville.
This is a way for the St. Coletta community to join in with the community at large, to get the awareness out, to get the notice out that there needs to be more research with this unfortunate condition.
St. Coletta, a nonprofit organization serving adults with intellectual disabilities, hosted the walk.
We were doing other
brain cancer research projects, and my son, who attends this program, came with us. And so I think that inspired them because they heard about the community service that he was doing.
The local community was invited to join, including Julie Feisner, whose son attends St. Coletta.
We know many people that have been impacted by brain cancer. I have a dear friend that I worked with that is currently struggling with brain cancer, and I have lost at least 5 people that I can think of off the top of my head that have been that passed due to brain cancer. And it's really important for people to know that folks with disabilities care about their community, and it's really important for them to be an integral part of the community.
Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for County Report This Week.
It was with heavy hearts, but the race had to go on without him. It's how Montgomery County Police Lieutenant Thomas J. Cox would have wanted it. MyMC Media's Deidre Byrne has more about him and this year's law enforcement torch run.
It was a perfect day for the law enforcement torch run at Rock Creek Park in Durwood.
They have a 10K run, 5K walk. I like that.
Law enforcement officers from agencies all over the Montgomery County area came out to participate in the race, which raises money for Maryland Special Olympics.
I'm happy for Montgomery County Police every year doing the torch run.
The whole purpose of the law enforcement torch run movement is to help raise awareness and raise funds for Special Olympics Maryland. Right now, the state of Maryland has 8,033 athletes that are involved with Special Olympics Maryland. And when we raise these funds, it goes to Special Olympics Maryland so that they can participate with no cost to the athletes.
Once a law enforcement member comes out to the torch run or comes to one of our state competitions or local competitions and presents a medal to one of our athletes, they've created a connection that really is a life-changing experience.
The first run started in Montgomery County in 1985. Special Olympics athlete Tony Gorsica has participated in almost every race since 1988.
The one officer that I used to run with just passed away back in December. And it's hard.
Gorsica says this year's torch run was an emotional one because it was the first race since the death of Montgomery County Police Lieutenant Thomas J. Cox.
But he actually started our torch run movement for Montgomery County. He passed away this past year, so this is our first torch run without him. The athletes actually reached out to me and said, could we please do a moment of silence for him because he meant so much to us.
He was on the force for 61 years. He's the longest serving Montgomery County police officer in this county alone, probably the whole state.
He's going to be missed dearly, but we keep him in our hearts.
As tradition, Special Olympics athletes and law enforcement officers lit the flame of hope, which symbolizes so much.
It means that we are teaching the society to be kindness to one another.
Athletes and officers proudly recited the Special Olympics oath at the end of the race.
Let me win. I cannot win. Let me be brave in the intent.
Reporting in Durwood, I'm Deirdre Byrne for County Report This Week.
Good job, guys. High five.
Yes.
All
right. Yes.
All right.
Oh, yes, okay.
Coming up on County Report This Week, making sure your fun day at the pool is a safe one. We'll have more about Water Safety Day. And honoring a fallen Tacoma Park police officer by taking the plunge. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby.
summer season is almost here, so is the urge to cool off in the water. That's why Rockville and Gaithersburg hosted Water Safety Day. MyNC Media's Deidre Byrne has the story.
As people start heading to the pools, it's important to brush up on water safety skills.
All right, you're going to kneel down over here. You're going to extend the knee out, grab onto her, and pull her in.
Community members had a chance to do just that at the Gaithersburg Water Park's Water Safety Day.
Water Safety Day is an event that's held here free at the Gaithersburg Water Park, where it's a collaboration between the City of Gaithersburg and the City of Rockville.
It's a great annual event. We try to help families learn a little bit about pool safety.
According to the CDC, the leading cause of unintentional deaths for children ages 1 through 4 is drowning. So it's important for children to understand how to be safe while having fun.
I think when people are behaving safely, they are having fun. I think one of the most important things for people to recognize is while we want everybody to have a good time, and we do have lifeguards here and we have other staff members here, the best people to help your family stay safe are the people that you're coming in with your party. One of the things you can do is make sure your kids are wearing sunblock, make sure they're taking those breaks to rest, to hydrate, so that when they get back in the pool, they're not exhausted.
Lifeguards were rescue ready throughout the event.
I am trained to help you in the water, and if you need it, we can remove you from the water, and we can call 911 and we can do CPR, first aid, we can use an AED, all of those kinds of things until EMS arrives.
We have a few demonstrations here today at Water Safety Day. You'll see a spinal rescue. You'll see what we call reach, throw, don't go, which teaches little ones how to use a device like a pool noodle to assist with someone that might be having a little bit of trouble in the water.
Members of the Coast Guard reminded people that water safety isn't just something to practice at pools.
It applies to the beaches, it applies to lakes. People also engage in kayaking and canoeing, and so we go to wherever there are lakes and rivers and speak about water safety and wearing life jackets.
Reporting from Gaithersburg, I'm Deirdre Byrne for County Report This Week.
Now, this is something you may want to add to your list of things to do. Taking a ride on the new water slide at Gaithersburg Water Park. City officials unveiled it at Bower Park right before Memorial Day. For more info about the county's pools, go to mocorec.com. Taking the Polar Bear Plunge is an annual event for the Tacoma Park Police Department. While it raises money for charity, this year was especially poignant. The plunge helped honor a fallen police officer.
Last year, Detective Sergeant Matthew Barber was a spectator. He didn't participate in the actual plunge, but he said he was going to plunge this year, and he asked me to bring my RV. He said, let's tailgate, before the plunge. Unfortunately, Sergeant Barber passed away in May of 2018. So we're doing this in his honor.
I always give to Special Olympics every year, so I thought I'll do it as a team effort this year and try the plunge. That was before I broke my wrist, but I'm still going to do it.
No, this is about the 11th time I've done this. So. I'm excited again. It's a little colder today with the wind, but we'll make do.
I expect I'll hang out in the water for half hour, 45 minutes, swim some laps back and forth, maybe go out to the bridge and back. Just depends. I haven't seen any sharks yet, so.
We had a much larger crowd this year. It's for a great cause. It was extra cold, I can tell you that this year, but it was, like I say, for a great cause. It's near and dear to me. I have family members that have disabilities that benefited from this program, so I'm just happy we got so many more people. We want more people next year. I'm encouraging everybody in Tacoma Park, all department heads, I'm challenging you to come out next year.
It was cold, man. Third year in a row. It's always for a noble cause. This year was a little extra because we plunged for Sergeant Matt Barber. It's always good to come out and support the Special Olympics. And this year we were able to do it in Matt's honor.
With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Thank you for watching.